In today's video, we're going to be talking about playing Grand Theft Auto 6 early, just like what Rockstar did with some fans for Red Dead Redemption 2, as well as some crazy theories on Rockstar's latest post, and a whole lot more. Now, if you're wondering why you're looking at me in the top corner of this video, I'll actually explain that as we get a little bit later on in the video. It will make sense, and it's something I think I'm going to keep doing for the videos I have planned going forward. So for those of you guys that have never seen me, hi, my name is Ross, or Mr. Boss for the win. This is the voice you've been listening to in these videos. But anyways, let's talk about playing Grand Theft Auto 6 early. I saw a post on the GTA 6 subreddit by user Anthan LOLs, and their post was, if someone was terminally ill and their dying wish was to play Grand Theft Auto 6, do you think Rockstar would grant their wish? And this actually requires a little bit of backstory on what's going on, because Gearbox, who is actually the same parent company as Rockstar Games, Take-Two Interactive, they actually flew out a terminally ill fan to its studio to play Borderlands 4 early, which is actually going to be one of GTA 6's rival in 2025. They're both set to come out in the same time frame. Now, Take-Two Interactive and their CEO and chairman, Strauss Zelnick, has actually gone on to say that they're not going to release both of those games at the same time, obviously. Probably one will come out like spring, summer, and then, of course, if GTA 6 stays in fall 2025, they'll keep it in fall 2025. But I found that to be very interesting. I'll leave an article in the description. This one is on IGN. A terminally ill Borderlands fan recently visited developer Gearbox to play Borderlands 4 early after his story went viral. And it involves 37-year-old Caleb McAlpine, who actually took to the Borderlands 3 subreddit to reveal his late stage 4 terminal cancer diagnosis after being given 7 to 12 months left to live, or less than 2 years if chemotherapy slows the progression of the cancer. And so essentially what happened is the Borderlands boss, Randy Pitchfork, actually saw this and then invited him to the Gearbox studio to actually play the game early. And that is an incredibly kind gesture from the team at Borderlands and Gearbox, but you might not have actually known that Rockstar Games did something very, very similar. And this actually happened with Rockstar Games' last title, Red Dead Redemption 2. It involves a young man, Jurian, who is in the Netherlands, and his father actually contacted Rockstar hoping his son could play Red Dead Redemption 2. And what happens is they contacted Rockstar Netherlands, and the company was willing to allow it, but they had to contact their headquarters first. But nevertheless, the company still set up Jurian quickly, and by the end of the week, 2 employees showed up with a private demo of the game, and Jurian was able to play the game for a full afternoon before Rockstar left. The young man afterward gave the following as his reasoning to share the story. Seeing as I read an article a short while ago about a similar case with Nintendo, I thought I'd share, seeing as Rockstar did a favor as well. So it's really cool to see gaming companies, especially ones that are super private like Rockstar Games, do this. Rockstar is way different than they were even when they were making Red Dead Redemption 2, like back in 2016, 2017. And given all the leaks that have happened with Grand Theft Auto 6, maybe they would be less likely to do something like this, but you never know. I think that would be cool if there was a situation like that, Rockstar granting someone their wish. Obviously, you're not excited about the situation that leads to someone getting to play the game early like this, but it's nice when developers and big companies go out of their way to do something nice. But anyways, let's move on and let's talk about why you're seeing me in the corner of this video. And it's a subject I was going to talk about, and it kind of just honestly prompted me to do this sort of thing with the face cam in the video. So if you do like this sort of thing, let me know. And it has to do with all the AI generated images and videos out there that are completely fake about Grand Theft Auto 6. They're spreading like wildfire right now on social media, and I don't know where they're coming from in particular, if they're being spawned by one account or one program. Right now, AI is so out of control that it is so difficult to prove where something is coming from. But I'll show you guys some examples on the screen right now. And honestly, from afar, they look really, really good. The closer you look at a lot of the AI images, you'll start to see like someone has like 8 fingers, or they might be missing a nose or something like that. But if you really look at them from afar, they truly do look like they could be screenshots from Grand Theft Auto 6. If you plug in the right words and you give whatever program the right aesthetics, it'll come up with something that actually looks fairly impressive. So long story short, if you don't see something that comes directly from Rockstar, it's probably AI generated. And
Alright, so right now we are currently on the latest version of the upcoming GTA 6 map, and this is what we are working with so far. Now, as you can see, this map is currently pretty blank. There's a lot of empty area, especially around here, up here, and especially on the panhandle in the corner here. However, it is starting to slowly fill in. Now, if you haven't already seen this website, this is a community-driven effort. Essentially, community members are taking all the information that we've seen about GTA 6 so far, including leaks, official trailers, and all of that information, and slowly piecing together the map of GTA 6. Now, there are two main cities that are built out pretty well at the moment. We have Vice City over here, of course, and then we have another city that we haven't seen before called Port Gellhorn. We have a small town down here called Homestead that's also pretty built out, along with the Gator Keys, which are a parody of the Florida Keys. Now, if we take a scroll out for a second, one of the biggest changes with GTA 6 in general is that compared to other GTA games before it, including GTA 5, GTA 6 is going to be based on an entire state. It's not going to be an individual city, but instead multiple cities in a whole state. So you can see here that it says Leonidas State up here. That is going to be the parody of Florida. And if you look at Florida on a satellite map, it looks very similar to what we have here with the Keys down here. We have Miami in the corner, which of course is a Vice City, along with all of these other areas around the map. So this is going to be the first GTA map with multiple cities across it. This is going to be a similar concept to what Rockstar did with their newest game, Red Dead Redemption 2, which came out in 2018. And having multiple cities across the map is going to make GTA 6 a lot more interesting to play because each city is going to have its own vibe, and especially with GTA Online, it's going to help players spread out a lot more with different activities across the map compared to GTA 5, where most players just stay in Los Santos and that's pretty much it. Now, in terms of size, as we can see, and this is to scale, the GTA 6 map is about 2 times the size of GTA 5 in terms of overall square footage. However, I expect it to feel even bigger than 2 times because, as we see and as we know, in GTA 5 the northern portion of the map is pretty bleak and there's not much going on here. With multiple cities expected across the GTA 6 map, especially up here, that area is going to feel a lot more populated compared to Blaine County in GTA 5. So not only is it going to be actually larger, but I think it's going to feel way larger as well. Now, another thing that I'd like to draw your attention to is the amount of detail in the map of GTA 6. Now, there's been a big focus on making the map just a lot more interesting and a lot less copy and paste compared to GTA 5. And we can see that very clearly along Vice City based on what's being mapped out so far, with all of these different islands that are placed around the Vice City area. We have a port on an island here. We have another island down here that I believe contains a hospital complex, another one that contains a golf club resort, and even the buildings in downtown Vice City are just more interestingly shaped rather than kind of the squares that we see a lot of in GTA 5. And even the road networks, especially in this area outside of Vice City, are just more interesting, and it's going to allow the game to just feel a lot more alive and a lot less of a grid format compared to what we have right now in GTA 5. Now, another thing that I think is very interesting is the use of islands, but more importantly, the use of water around the map. Now, this map is still being built out, as I mentioned, but as we can see here, there are many different areas where you can dock your boat when traveling across Vice City. And as we can see here, there are some water areas that are starting to be built out here, here, and also north of Vice City here. Now, we don't know exactly where these lead at the moment. This is still to be determined, But my assumption and my prediction is that in theory, you should be able to travel across the majority of the GTA 6 map by any mode of transportation.